Silvertips in the opening couple of minutes. Heavy hit far corner as Adam now jumps on top of Amond. Terrence Smith will come over and challenge Adam. Schaefer jumps on top of Adam. And everything breaks loose as Adam has his helmet ripped off. Albagosh is going to come over and jaw with DuPont. Well, Adam had a hit earlier in the shift on Clark Schaefer that Schaefer didn't like. Tips with a long memory as the fourth line with a terrific job sealing in the offensive end. David Byrne and Clark Schaefer are locking horns. Meanwhile, Henry Amond introducing himself to Mason Mikachuk. Well, after the initial hit by Schaefer was uncalled, then Adam went at Schaefer and Amond again. And the Americans trying to establish a physical presence.
Got a man in front of the net, and he can't get it in to Dunn. Dunn behind that, brings it in front, shoots, he scores! Get her done into the empty net, and it gets taken to the ice. And we got a Donnybrook in behind the Blazer net. Sawyer Mays being held away from Bame. Dunn got crushed after putting that puck in the back of the net, and he took his man down to the ice. Empty net goal for Coster Dunn, his second goal of this season. And Seattle up 7-4 in the final minute of play. Took some work to get that puck into the empty net between Dunner and Loveson, but eventually they did find the back of the net. And that should do it. Seattle up by 3. Going to pick up their second win of the season. Both have come here on home ice. They'll even their record back at 2-2. They're going to hand the Blazers their first loss of the season in their first road game after starting the season 3-0 at home.
Box Botel, lead pass, Botel trying to break in, cuts across the front, gets knocked down from behind by McInnes into the netminder, and into the net goes Ben Botel. And Botel with Feuder now coming over. Meanwhile, you've got Brigley and Doyle tangled up. Feuder still trying to get after Botel. The linesmen having their hands full. Jackson Feuder doesn't care that McInnes knocked Botel from behind into the goaltender. All he knows is that the blade hit his goaltender, and so he wants after Ben Botel.
Throws a hit on Cash Cook, and that will draw a smattering of applause. Cook is going to wrap up Bush. Bush is going to dangle his gloves, and they're going to go. And Bush will wrap him up and drag him down to the ice. And Cash Cook gets back up to his skates, and he is barking. Cash Cook last season, 107 penalty minutes in 61 regular season games played. Shea Bush in just his second WHL fight. Cook comes over, he's pointing and gesticulating at the entire Silvertips bench. I don't know what predicates it, but Cash Cook, who is usually one with a short fuse, comes over and in his 11th career tilt has some words of ire for the Silvertips bench. Cook is the only one that really got a blow in. He kind of clipped Bush in the collarbone area with a right. And
immediately by Spokane. Cougars back with it though, and now turn it over as a high shot there on Preston, and we're going to get ourselves a penalty. And now Harrington is going to go at it with Demansky. As Harrington defending his teammate. Demansky taking down Harrington, but Preston took a shot to the face, and he's in an animated discussion with Jackson Kazari. Now we'll see how this all pans out. Demansky immediately heading to the locker room. I would imagine that Harrington's going to do the same with
able to move it out. And Dreesen forces this one low behind the play. It's that Crate and Ness. Now they're going to finally drop him. Ness trying to work the right hands. Craig's got a hold. Ness still working the right hands. And they'll wrestle down on the ice. Brady Ness still wants to get a piece of Brady Craig. Brady Craig, the 20-year-old from Yorba Linda, California. Not too often you have 20-year-old rookies, hey?
Yeah, not very often at all.
Brady Ness, he threw more. Maybe landed a couple. There was a high stick that got in the face of a Warrior, an accidental high stick. That was McFadden that wore one.
Ness went after him. Craig didn't look like he was going to drop his gloves, and then he did quick.
Saw that angle there. I think maybe Craig threw the first two, and then Ness, those both miss.
Dumped into the Seattle zone, coming back to get it for the T-Birds. Craren in behind the net, gets hammered hard against the boards head first, and Popple goes right after the Blazer player, and that develops a scrum to the right of the T-Bird net. Craren still on the ice trying to get away from that. His helmet got popped off his head on that hit. There's Popple coming right in to help his teammate. Mays is in the mix as well. Craren gets up. Evan Chesson at the bottom of that pile for the Blazers. The initial call was going to be against Kamloops. Let's see what else is being called as Popple skates to the box for Seattle. Penalties coming here at 7:56 of the second period. A second period that has been a penalty fest. Keepers have had 2 power.
Pushed forward by Nolan Chasko, and now we're going to get a scrap as Vaughn will come over the top on Grady Martin. Vaughn clips him with a couple rights. Martin had thrown the hit on Liskey that downed him. Vaughn, the experienced fighter for the Tips, gets us right on free. Martin ducking. Martin wrapping him up around the back of the head. Vaughn now clips him with a couple of lefts as he gets that on free. Vaughn swinging over the top with his right, trying to drag down Martin. He gets the leverage and forces him down. Jackson Vaughn's 17th career fight will go down as a W. Martin 6'3", 205, and Vaughn will join the party in the penalty box, as will Martin. A madcap game to start. 5:41 into play as Breck Liskey took the
in front. Rebound attempt turned away by Essler. Puck on the right side wall. And we've got bodies down on top of the puck, and now Lajoie and McIsaac starting to get into it. Let's see what they're going to call here. Lajoie and McIsaac looking like they're both going. So McIsaac just came out of the box, and he's going to go back in as we're going to have another.
It's played down the ice. Brady Ness just missed the big hit. Now Too Good going after Ness. Are they going to allow him to drop him? No, linesman right in there with 97 seconds remaining in the period. Brady Ness wants a piece of Jack Too Good. Too Good didn't want anything, and then both linesmen got in there. Then he wanted a little something.
Ness went for a big hit and just missed. Ooh, threw a good forearm.
Too Good threw a pretty good forearm to start. I think that's what maybe got Ness rolling.
A little forearm shiver there.
Yeah. See how the DDK Pet referees call this one.
Yeah, he does get
Edmonstone, another shot on goal from the far circle, and that's saved by Edmonstone. That draws a crowd. We're going to have some penalties. Loveson took the shot on goal. Edmonstone made the save, and traffic in front of the net. And that got players into each other. Dunn involved for Seattle. See who else was in that scrum for the Blazers. Might have been Hurlburt. We're going to have, I believe, penalties on both teams. Dunn's going off for Seattle. And it looks like Michael is going to the box for Kamloops. Penalties here at 5.
Athlete and the Victoria Royals back out to the right point. Wristed on, save made, and we've got a fight down to the far corner. They drop the gloves and they are swinging. Waltz and Andre to get tied up. Andre throwing a couple rights. Waltz comes through with a couple big rights. Pulling over the top. Still going. Waltz misses in front. And the linesmen break them up as they jump in. They came together in the far corner and decided it's time to go. That'll bring the crowd to its feet, and I think that'll get us to our timeout. And you hear the horn to confirm. 5:50.
Tash. He'll snap the puck in toward the net, steered aside at the near post by the goaltender, who almost fumbled the puck, and now the gloves have been dropped between Holberton and Timchak. If you go back to this weekend up in Kamloops, they were prevented from going at it by the officials. Not this time. They are going toe-to-toe. Holberton trying to get free. Timchak trying to get his arm out. Helmet of Holberton goes off. The linesmen get in between the two players and pull them apart. We'll have fighting majors here at the 14-17 mark of this second period.
And Hamilton will take the turnover. Hamilton takes a hit there from Shetler, and the Chiefs back with it now. Johnston and Shetler are going to drop the gloves, and Johnston is going to take down Shetler. Quick skirmish there, but Shetler with the big hit out at center ice. Another big fella, Johnston, 6'4", 212. Now, are we going to get the instigation here this time on Prince George? We talked about consistency. Right. Referees are going to gather. Shetler was a willing combatant, but I'm not a big fan of a fight after a clean hit. Shetler hits.
And now Bernie pushing a Winterhawk player into the bench. Is Bernie taking a few shots? I think the ref's going to take them both.
Yeah, you can see that one got a little heated, and they were going at each other, so not sure who that
I think it might be.
Yeah, it's McDonough, and he's acting all innocent there, and I'm nothing wrong with a roughing set there, as they were both getting a little heated. I actually see a little frustration on the Winterhawks group, and I can't say